Good morning. Fun fact, it takes an average about 26 minutes for the average male to get bored of a shopping trip. Good morning. I had another idea, and while I can't show you too much, well, not that I can't, I could, but I don't want to because it's gonna be a surprise. Oh, wow, what was that? Oh, I guess you'll find out. I did get an update email. Let me just close this door. I did get an update email from Disney. I expected it to be just like straight up my traditions, start date, and all that fun stuff. It wasn't. It was called, or what the email said was, schedule a follow-up phone call. Schedule a follow-up call. Freaked me out a little bit, because I was like, did I do something wrong? Or, I gotta clean this garage up. This is another interview. Did I do something wrong? Didn't do something wrong. Thanks to a friend who sent me a screenshot. I looked it up myself, like online and all that stuff. And basically it just turns out that this phone call, I don't know for sure what it is, but this phone call, hopefully to talk about and lock in my traditions and start date for work. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow on Thursday, 12:30. Yeah! Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's just that little update. And then I guess I'll update you guys on my actual start date. This is getting exciting, guys. And then I did want to do something today that I may not be able to do in the future depending on what I choose to do. Yeah. Well, let me clean up the garage first and then we'll go down and take a look at it. I'll explain it later. Almost forgot. I need one more thing in order to show you guys all this stuff. I'll do it while you cough. It is obviously easier to do when you have two hands. Okay. Whew. Alright. I'm gonna take a look at that guy. We've got a bunch of toys and stuff down here that we haven't donated yet. How long has that been zoomed in? That's embarrassing. You won't be able to get to see the vest and the arm and everything, but there she is. So you've got the rig itself and then the arm that holds everything. So if say you have like a 10-pound camera on top, it's about a 8-pound to about an 8-pound sled or so. So you add the 8 and the 10-pound camera and it's 18 pounds, and this guy can hold about up to like a max of 30, which is why it's called A30. Up there, all that fun stuff is all the cables and cords and screws and rods and weights, and easier to do with one or two hands, I'll tell you that much. So this guy is docking bracket. There she goes. Tighten it up, loosen him, slide him back, and safety pin for when you put mine. I really need to grease it. I've always had the problem with this one, but usually the pin should just slide in and out like butter. Let's see. So I got I never really used this guy. This guy was actually just for, I could mount the camera on top and the plate on the bottom. That plate that's on there. It would be on top like that, on top of Steadicam. Bought this so I could both mount rails onto it and to give my camera, which is a T3i, I'd love to get a newer camera, but you know, money. Put the camera on top, but this was basically to give it like a bunch more weight. Because if I just had my camera, man, I need like a ton of, I need to use all those weights. I need to use all those weights to evenly balance it. Don't come with that little strap there. And what else do I got here? So that would, the arm just kind of lays in here, and then the low mode bracket right here. Sucker was like $100. My gosh. But if you're a Steadicam operator, you need one of those. It saves your life. Full rig itself, batteries and battery charger, can charge 2 batteries at once, and then anyway, down here, weights. My glide cam head used to be in there because I could fit my whole glide cam into this case. Some markers and rods here for, like I said before, that go on the plate. Markers, screws, Allen wrenches. I gotta watch the camera. Screws and screws, washers, stuff to like put distance between camera and dovetail plate sometimes. Allen wrenches, bongo ties. I love those things. I used to wear them as bracelets. The small rig, like put the rails on and then put one of those pieces, slide it onto the rail, and you can mount something else onto the rails. Sounds confusing, but camera people hopefully know what I'm talking about. And then HDMI to SDI converters. The converter that I have down here is only, it's got SDI and HDMI, but for my T3i, only HDMI works. I don't know of my power cables. These guys are basically what make everything work, kind of. Oh my god, I'm getting old. Ugh. There she is. Pin goes in like that. Now, for anyone that doesn't know about Steadicams and glide cams and such, should I put the monitor on there? Why not? Got my monitor and then a battery. Let's get Rapunzel. I named my batteries princess names because I'm awesome. Cool. And fully charged too. Alright. So if you can just imagine, you got this going. You got that going. So you got the battery, monitor, and where the camera goes. And then this is where the arm comes off of. Where the arm attaches right there. Just slides in. And actually the part of the arm that slides in is that guy. And slide up and down the post. And I know with my camera, if I put mine on top, I'd actually need to slide this guy almost to the middle. That's how light it is up here. And the one job I did have with this guy, I had a red camera on top, and that was absolutely no problem. I think I needed to add like more weight down here because the red was so heavy. But it's basically up top. When you've got the power to slide these guys back and forth, and this guy to like tilt him up and down. The battery plugs into here, and this is the power cable that plugs into the yard. And you got the power cable from the monitor right there, and the SDI, which takes the image from there, from the camera, plumbs it into that guy, which plumbs it through the post up to the monitor. Pretty sweet, actually. There it is. And usually, at least for my glide cam, the fore and aft and left and right, the balancing knobs, they don't have the directions, like which way twisting it clockwise, say, goes forward. So, have these blue knobs, the blue knobs on the arm itself, and more or less that allows the arm to take on more tension. So if you have a 5-pound camera up top, you don't need much tension on the arm, and you might even need to let like all of it off, because these arms are very strong. Amazing. Again, I'll update you on the Disney situation. I got the phone call tomorrow, and where I will, I believe, set my traditions and start date. That's awesome. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, if you will. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below or up top in the end slate. And as always, let's make some magic, baby. Yeah. I am going to request attractions. I've done custodial work for about 5 years.